No longer. December 10th, 2019. On that day, he will answer the call and make the ultimate sacrifice. Soon, this world will fight for the fate of all the known universes.
I'm not gonna leave my family. There has to be a way to stop what's coming.
I am sorry. But events have been set into motion that you cannot possibly comprehend.
I don't need to understand them. Just tell me what I can do.
To survive, you can't. In order for billions to survive this coming crisis, the Flash must die.
I'm honestly a little overwhelmed with that ending, but we'll get to that. The Flash is one of my favorite TV shows, along with the other DC TV shows, so I was very excited to get back into the lives of Barry and company. The trailer for the season was super cool, but enough nonsense. Let's get into the review. The first half of the episode was just the usual catching up that every new season of an already established show has. That being said, we were introduced to the current struggle that Iris and Barry are going through, which is the loss of Nora. It's a pretty unique situation to watch because, it's so unrealistic. How do you deal with that? How do you deal with the death of your child that you knew as a friend, as a daughter, but you're going to have her eventually, but she died? It's such an impossible feat, and these characters already have a lot to deal with, so that is going to be interesting to watch throughout the show. Now, the whole Godspeed business was thrown in at the beginning of the episode and tossed out immediately. I think this is their way of showing, Godspeed's coming back, guys. So I'm excited for that. We are also introduced to Ramsey Rosso, the villain for the first half of the show. He is a compelling character, and he is truly evil, and that's really good for a villain. I always have thought that the Flash should have stuck with speedster villains, but Cicada was pretty good, and I think Ramsey will be a great villain. He is only here for the first half of the season, so if he is bad, then we won't have too much of him before we deal with Crisis. The fact that he is scrutinizing his recently deceased mother just shows that this guy has very few boundaries. Of course, at the end, he does become Bloodwork. I don't know much about the character, but I'm assuming he will be able to transform back and forth from Ramsey to Bloodwork, similar to Caitlin and Killer Frost. Speaking of Frost, though, I'm loving this whole new dynamic. When Frost wasn't coming out, and I was kind of scared because the Flash has a tendency to rehash old plot lines sometimes. Especially in season 5, that was a recurring issue. So I was scared that it would fall into that same plotline trap, but I can see they're going in a new direction, which I like a lot. The characters already know who Frost is, but it will be like having a new member of the team to interact with 100% of the time. There's going to be very few Caitlin moments now. And then, that should be fun to watch. The black hole idea was interesting as well. The fact that it was linked to Chester was a really cool idea, and I'm a fan of Chester, and I can't wait to see how he interacts with the plot in the future of the season. He's a big science guy, and this is a huge science show, so he should be able to interact a lot, so that'd be fun. It was also pretty funny how they finally used the Flash, whoa, the song by Queen in the show as well. That was just like, when is that going to happen? Like, come on, guys, you want to do it. I really like the new suit as well, and he really looks comic accurate. I think the chin strap actually isn't that bad. And now we've got the end. Whoa. I was thinking to myself as I watched this episode, it's Flash. Some crazy shit's about to happen. When's it happening? And boy, did it freaking happen. I use that word way too much in my videos, but you know what, dude? Like, wow. The Monitor shows up, changes the date, and tells Barry he will die. The trailer showed that Crisis is going to have a massive role in the season, but it's brought in the first episode. That could only mean more exciting things are coming. And now Barry has to deal with not only Nora's death, but also his death that's coming. No Harrison Wells doppelganger in this episode, but he will most likely appear in the next few episodes, if not episode 2. And what's great about these shows is that each major character has their own personal conflict. Oliver Queens is finding out if his sacrifice will save the ones he loves, and now Barry has his own. I guess you could say these two are in it together. Who's going to die? Who's not going to die? Either way, I'm very excited for the future of Flash.